Live from a secret location somewhere in northeast Wisconsin, it's Clubhouse Live, the virtual show. We'll look back on how the Packers fared with our co-host Allen Lazard. We'll talk football. We'll take a peek at what's next on the schedule, and we'll have our usual fun too. We're ready. Allen's ready. Are you ready? It's time to get started. Let's open the doors and welcome to Clubhouse Live!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? That's right, this is Clubhouse Live, the virtual show, and we are coming to you live from our little bubble. We're safe and socially distanced, as always, high on the 10th floor, atop the 10th floor, on top of the world. Hopefully we can have a good camera shot of that here pretty soon, but I am Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin. Hope you're all doing well tonight. There we are, 10th floor on top of the world, as I said. And I, again, hope you all are doing well tonight, and I'm sure you are based on yesterday's beatdown at Lambeau Field. More on that in a moment. But first things first, as always, the powers that be have ordered me once again to introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. So I've built it into the script now, everybody watching live online. I want to get this done quickly because he ruins the show every time, and I want to make sure that the good vibes keep going here, and we don't have to deal with this clown too much throughout the course of the season. But it is Chicago Bears fan, everybody. It is Ricardo Arguello.
I would say I brought a spark to the show, Brett, as your original Bears fan. Try to keep it sane in this island, in this world of the sea of insanity, Brett. On the island of sanity.
We're going to get some booze, so we're going to line up some booze here pretty soon and make sure that that you're not welcome here. We don't want you here in this Packer party, especially based on what happened yesterday. More on that here in a little bit. But as always, I got to give you your Bears minute, right? 60 seconds to talk about your beloved Chicago Bears. Congratulations, 17-13 victory over the Giants. And again, I use victory in quotations. By the way, did you guys, everybody watching online, did you see that duck, that touchdown duck that Trubisky threw? I could throw a better spiral than that, and I'm not a good athlete.
Well, you got the second part right, Brett, but I don't think you could throw past period that far. But I'll tell you this much, though. Henceforth, you will call them the first place Chicago Bears, my friend, all right? And not, you can say it because, well, Green Bay's tied.
That's enough. Your Bears minute is over. Your Bears minute is over. I don't want to hear about it anymore, and I know the guys watching tonight certainly don't want to hear about the first place Chicago Bears because there's another team that's in first place as well. And let's talk about it, what happened at Lambeau yesterday. How about Packers 42, Lions 21? I can hear the virtual cheering right now from all that are watching live tonight. It was another sensational outing for the Packers offense as they finished with 488 total yards, including 259 on the ground. Aaron Jones, remember him, Ricardo? He was indeed Showtime as he rushed for 168 yards, pounded out 236 offensive yards overall, scored 3 times, and helping the Packers claim their second victory in as many tries this season. Jones' highlight, of course, that 75-yard touchdown dash to open the second half. And meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers, of course, 240 yards, yet another big day, 2 scores. Chandon Sullivan, defensive touchdown, a 7-yard pick six for the score. 2 in the wagon, 14 still lagging. You like that, Ricardo, don't you?
Actually, that's a kind of cool saying. I like it.
Thank you. Up next for the Packers, a trip to the Big Easy. Big Sunday night showdown against the Saints. That's going to be a fun one. Looking forward to that. The Lions, by the way, I just looked this up. They've lost 11 in a row, dating back to last season.
How is Patricia still the coach, Brett?
I don't know, but you know who loved it? Happy Vince. And I took the mask off because we got to see the pearly whites. Happy Vince loves it when the Packers keep pummeling their opponents, and he loves it because our co-host, he is back. We didn't scare him away, Ricardo. No. It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver Allen Lazard. He's going to be hanging out with us again tonight. There he is. Maybe wave to the camera, Allen. And Allen has a guest for the first time this season. Hanging out with the Lizard is Green Bay Packers quarterback Tim Boyle. Tim, where are you? There he is. He's in this green room. There, a good salute. We're going to get Tim on here in a little bit. Allen is the star of the show because he gets the first segment, though, of course. That's just how this show works. So, hey, get busy because I want to get these guys on the show ASAP. So just because we're virtual doesn't mean we're not interactive, right? How does the show work?
That's what we're all about, being interactive. So we invite your comments and questions through our live chat. I'll be monitoring that, Brett. So everyone out there, be nice to your favorite Bears fan. That can be found online next to our video viewer. and we'll relay those comments and questions to you.
Yes, Twitter users. Again, I'm at PC Brett C. He's at PC Ricardo. Allen is at Allen Lazard. And Tim is at Tim Boyle _7. And give us a like on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. I kept the Vikings or the Lions welcome mat on the in front of the stage.
Yeah,
normally
nice.
we have the guys stomp their feet all over it, but we'll do that for them. And why not kick a team while it's down? So I kept the Lions welcome mat on,
Very nice of you.
in front of the stage. Let's get our co-host up and going here. He is in his third NFL season. Makes tough catches in key situations. He is a willing and effective blocker who loves to push defenders around. He lives by the hashtag ATT at the top, Ricardo. Maybe you could learn something about that. And our co-host had a prominent role in the Packers 2020 kickoff weekend show. Did anybody see that over I think it was Saturday. John Anderson from ESPN hosted it. Allen Lazard was a guest. How about a Clubhouse Live virtual welcome for this season's co-host? It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver, number 13, Allen, the Lizard, Lazard. There he is.
Hey, how's it going, Brett? How's it going, Ricardo?
Hey, Alan.
Wait, no, hold. Stop. You don't ask Ricardo how's it going.
No, you always ask how I'm doing.
You ignore Ricardo.
By the way, I like the rockin'.
I'm just trying to butter him up, as the season goes on. Then once the second half of the season comes around, it's going to be a lot worse for him.
Yes, that's right.
We'll see. Hey, did you hear the rockin' music? That's the rock and roll the kids love.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. Thanks, Rosie.
Hey, did you see that he's wearing a Toronto Raptors jersey?
I was about to ask him on
listen,
that.
The Wisconsin fans are not going to like that. I thought you had a Giannis
It's a
jersey.
throwback. It's a throwback.
It is.
It's a Vince Carter, old school throwback. Toronto Raptors can't hate on old Vince.
No, you can't.
Best
The guy
ever.
played. He's like 80 years old. The guy's still
Now,
playing.
Brett, what year is that? Late 90s, early 2000s?
Well, when is that, Alan? When was that?
Early 2000s, yeah.
Yeah. That's right. He did play a long time.
Air Canada.
Yeah.
I think didn't he just retired.
He just retired,
Yeah.
yep.
Crazy.
He
His
did.
hops remind me of my hops.
Oh, there we go.
I'm an incredible athlete.
I don't know about that.
Yes. Okay. Let's talk. We didn't talk a little. You mentioned the hashtag ATT yesterday or last week, but we didn't really get into the meaning behind it. I know that at the top, and you tweeted it out because I do stalk you now. That is my job, is to stalk and be kind of creepy. But you tweeted that it's a mindset, a lifestyle, and a standard. You even have a mask with ATT on it. What does that all mean? How did that come about?
So the ATT meaning really came from me and my best friend. We started saying it my sophomore year in high school. Actually, we both started picking up offers in recruitment. His was for baseball, mine was more so for football. But at that time, like I kind of previously mentioned, that not a lot of people and kids from our area were getting recruited D1 and going and having D1 level talent. So we felt very highly of ourselves, and we thought that we were living at the top, and we wanted to keep that at the top mindset and lifestyle going. So we've always kind of just kept it in our back pocket as a saying that we've always had between each other to push each other to keep our standards high and to always work on growing and furthering ourselves as humans and also as athletes as well. But now we're trying to get this brand together, started up, as you can see, the mask. It's just one of the few things that we've put together so far, but hopefully to get a merch line going out here soon.
Good. Yeah, actually, that was a question I had for you, and I'm glad you reminded me. When are we going to see some Lizard merchandise, and when am I going to get a free T-shirt?
Yeah, definitely. I'll have to send you and maybe Ricardo some.
No.
I'll wear it with pride.
That would be cool.
But yeah,
Look at you. Why are you always asking for free stuff?
Because that's how I am.
Hey, I don't blame you. I'm the same way too. If it's free, why not?
If it's free, it's me, they say, right?
No one turns down a free T-shirt, I guess.
So sports writers, we always like the free press box grub and all that stuff.
That is true.
Yeah, especially you,
When it's good food.
the girth you're carrying.
Yeah.
So ATT at the top, very interesting. So it kind of fits in with your journey, right? And we talked a little bit about your journey last year when you were on with Aaron Jones, our co-host. But have you had do you ever give yourself an opportunity, even now, Alan, to kind of pinch yourself? I mean, you think about where you were undrafted, then you go to Jacksonville in the practice squad, Then you get signed by the Packers onto the active roster. Then the next training camp, you get waived, then signed to the practice squad, and then back onto the active roster. And now here you are today. Not only are you a focal point of the Packers offense, but you are the star of Clubhouse Live, too. That counts. But do you give yourself an opportunity to kind of reflect on the journey, or you're just too busy being in the moment right now?
Yes and no. I think I really appreciate the journeys and the hard times that I had to go through to be where I am today. But at the same time, I've always had a bigger picture mindset and bigger vision. So I see where I want to be in 10, 15 years from now, looking back at my football career and when it's done. So I never really knew on how to get there or when I was going to get there, but I knew that my end goal was to get there. And the journey to get there, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if you go drafted or undrafted or not. It just matters about the time that you put in, the hard work, the dedication, and really the commitment that you give to the sport.
Great point, and something for Ricardo. Someday you'll get there too, Ricardo.
Oh, I'm already there.
Someday you'll get there. You still got ways to go. So it's kind of, I wanted to talk quickly because there was a nice article about you in the Des Moines Register, a fellow Gwinnett publication. I think it was just a few days ago, maybe before your game yesterday. But you quoted and said, at the end of the day, no matter what other people say, it's about what you do. I really learned that down in Jacksonville. So it doesn't matter, basically what you're saying, it doesn't matter what people are thinking and what they're saying. It matters about you.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of going back to quoting that article, I kind of go and talk about how people kind of put me into a box, labeled me as what I can do, what I can't do. And I feel like life in general in society, they always want to put you into something that makes sense for those specific people. And that's the way that they can understand it. But for me, it's never been that way. I've always pushed myself to the max, no matter what I was doing in life, whether it be sports, art, clothing, whatever it may be. I'm always want to do it to the max and to the best of my ability.
Good stuff. This is Allen Lazard, the Lizard, hanging out with us again here on Clubhouse Live. Let's look back on Sunday's game yesterday a little bit. 488 yards, another 40-point day. This is easy. This is easy, Allen. This is no big deal, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Being in year two of Coach LaFleur's offense and just having that comfortability level. Then also just building that chemistry up with Aaron as well is huge. But, I think it just shows you what a great team and a mature team that we have. Even though amidst this whole pandemic and everything, we took this offseason very serious and we're able to still be able to make strides.
When will we see a 50-point game? Okay? When will we see it? It's got to happen soon.
50. Sometime this season. I'm not going to sit out and point 1 week and one opponent because you never know. It's the NFL and everyone's tough, but I really believe in our unit enough to be able to go out there and put 50 points up easily.
I'll pick an opponent. How about Chicago, Ricardo?
Combined total point both games. Maybe.
Stop it. The Bears are a farce.
They have a pretty good defense. Come on, Brett.
Listen now. You're the defensive coordinator, Allen. Your task is to stop your offense. Who are you taking away?
Field.
What's that?
Put 12 on the field.
Yeah,
Who
there
am I
you
taking
go.
away?
I don't know.
There's so many.
Pick your poison, right?
Yeah, honestly, we can start just from under center. Obviously, we have a very good.
All right, looks like we might have lost Allen Lazard again here. Hopefully we'll get him back here ASAP. We'll finish up our conversation. As I said to the guys before the show, unfortunately it's technology, and we're going to have some blips here and there. So just hold tight. But, Ricardo, that offense is looking good, though. I mean,
no, it is.
You can't deny.
I don't think there's any question that they have weapons. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the league behind it, and an offensive line that's so far allowing Aaron to be upright. So you put those factors together, and they're a pretty good offense. That's the key to stop them, though. Got to rattle Rodgers.
Easier said than done.
Well, yeah, that is easier said than done, but it can be done. We saw what happened in the playoffs last year, so that's how you get it done, my friend. You're sick of me talking about that, aren't you, Brett?
Well, I just think the familiarity in Matt LaFleur's offense, though, and Allen was talking about it here too, is huge. I mean, now you're seeing just a comfort level. We talked about it last week too, that they're playing fast, they're not thinking, and that's going to be a tough task for any opponent here coming up. As long as the Packers can stay healthy, I think the sky's the limit.
Before we move on, Brett, by the way, we have viewers from Peru, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
And North Dakota. So,
well, that still works. It's kind of like when Denmark, Wisconsin checks in.
Exactly.
So
it's like Scandinavia, Wisconsin.
Yes. So we're just waiting for Allen to come back here. Tim Boyle is still good, so we might going to check our producers. Is Allen coming back on?
Cool.
You got Tim? Well, I tell you what. Let's do tonight's. Let's do a stat pack.
Okay.
We'll get Tim here on the show here in a second. But tonight's stat pack. This is an incredible stat that I saw last night on Packers.com. The last and only other time Green Bay has opened the season with 240-plus games came way back in 1919.
Whoa.
Yeah. You were, what, 5 years old back then?
Me?
That's the team's
You're 50.
inaugural season. As we all remember, the Packers crushed Menominee North End AC. I think that's Athletic Club. 53-zip in the opener, and then followed that with a 61-0 rout of the Marinette Northerners on their way to a 10-1 season. And this, Ricardo, from the Elias Sports Bureau, the Packers and the 1991 Buffalo Bills are the only teams in league history with at least 1,000 yards combined over the first 2 weeks of a season. The Bills, remember Jim Kelly, the K-Gun offense?
K-Gun.
Yep. Went on to the Super Bowl that year. So who knows? Maybe a little foreshadowing for the Green Bay Packers this season based on their hot start. So, all right, let's get Tim Boyle, and we're going to keep working on getting Allen back onto the show. But our guest tonight is in his third NFL season, all with the Packers. Signed with the Packers as an undrafted free agent in 2018. Played collegiately at both UConn and Eastern Kentucky, and it was at Eastern Kentucky where he led the Ohio Valley Conference as a senior with 2,134 yards, the fifth most in a single season in program history. Our guest tonight was part of 3 state high school football championships, threw for 24 touchdowns and rushed for 5 scores during a senior season that saw him earn Connecticut High School Coaches Association Player of the Year honors. Our guest tonight surprises people with trips to Hawaii.
What?
Yes. We'll talk about that in a moment. And our guest tonight is a 2-point reversal away from beating Aaron Rodgers in wrestling. It's going to happen one of these days. So, how about a Clubhouse Live virtual welcome for Green Bay Packers quarterback number 8, Tim Boyle. You out there, Tim? There he is.
Very much.
Welcome. There he is.
That was good.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Yourself?
I'm doing great. What did you do to Allen? Did you kick him off the show?
I don't know what happened with Allen. It's funny. We're actually on the same Wi-Fi right now, so we should be okay. But hopefully we get it figured out because I love hearing him talk. He's got a lot of knowledge in his brain, and he's come a long way, like you said.
Yeah, actually, you guys both have a kind of a similar story as far as your journey to the NFL. We'll kind of touch on that here in a little bit, but normally the guest, Allen, would ask our guest tonight.
Yes.
So we'll wait till Allen get him logged on here in a second. But let's talk about that trip to Hawaii, right? Surprised your parents, Kevin and Nancy, with a trip over there. Was it last June?
Yeah, it was last year. I made the initial roster my rookie year, so I was able to accumulate some money, and I thought it would be nice to pay back my parents for everything that they've done for me. It's been a hell of a ride. I started playing football when I was 6 years old, so all the riding to practice, picking me up from practice. I mean, dealing with my mood swings and even my 2 sisters. So, I felt it was only right to pay them back. And, I called both their bosses to clear the time and surprise them with a trip to Hawaii. But, that's just a small token of what I think about them and what I, in my mind, owe them for dealing with me for so long.
You have set the bar awfully high. So what is the next trip?
I think in the works right now, I'm trying to get them out to Greece because I think they're trying to do an anniversary out there. So, like I said, paying them back for all the years that they've had to deal with me, I think is a no-brainer.
Well, you touch on a little bit. Your family definitely very instrumental in getting you where you're at today. Backup quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, especially when I know reading some stories about you, things were a little shaky. I mean, you had a great high school career, then you went to UConn and things got a little shaky. What, three head coaches and 4 offensive coordinators in your 3 seasons there at UConn. So family means everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's number one, and I've learned that throughout the years. And I'm so lucky to have 2 amazing sisters and a loving set of parents, and they mean the world to me. They've been through everything with me, the thick and the thin, and I wouldn't be here, like you said, without them. They've backed me off of cliffs, and they've congratulated me when things are good, and then the love has never wavered. So I can't be more thankful for them and the strength that they've given me over these years, and I think my perseverance is rooted from the 4 of my family members.
So I asked Allen this a little while ago on the show, but you ever sit back and reflect on your journey? I mean, because it's been kind of a wild, crazy ride. You allow yourself to sort of say, wow, look at where I am?
Yeah, and I think going off of what Allen said earlier, it doesn't necessarily matter the journey because, Allen and I are right where we want to be right now, and that's on an active roster, and that's trying to, win ball games. And, fortunately, Allen has a much more important job than I, and going out there and, actually physically winning games for us. But, thankfully, I'm right behind Aaron. I'm learning from one of the best. And, Allen said it doesn't really matter, kind of how you get here. And I agree with that, but it definitely does shape you. And I think, Allen and I's work ethic is its foundation, I think, is from our bumpy past and not being the highly, the high recruit or being an undrafted free agent. So we always kind of have that chip on our shoulder. I think is going to continue to drive us.
Good stuff. We're with Tim Boyle, the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. Again, if you have any questions and you're on the live chat, feel free to ask. Ricardo over here is monitoring it, and he'll let me know if he's got anything. I'm going to ask you to brag on. I'm going to have, as long as we can get Allen back on here pretty soon, but I was going to have Allen brag on you. But why don't you brag on Allen? You've seen him around for, I guess, what, about the same time frame, about 3 seasons, 2.5 seasons.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time with Allen. I remember him coming in, being on our P squad, and then being activated my rookie year. We actually just talked about this. Was getting his first step.
Yeah. So
is he back?
Could you see
I'm
in
back,
him?
baby.
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
I hear him.
Yeah, Tim's trying to steal my show already.
I know.
I'm not.
First guest
I'm
of the
taking your place a
season
little bit.
Well, we
It's
can
all
hear
yours,
it.
baby.
We got to see you here, Allen, here when we get you on. But let's finish that thought with Tim.
Yep.
Could you see in Allen in the early time frame that you guys were together what he's developed into now?
Yeah, 100%. And that's, I was thinking about this just today, actually, and just understanding that, the same background that I come from, there's going to be a chip on his shoulder. There's going to be that intensity, that work ethic, that drive that burns in us. And I think Allen showed that from day one. And, I was there when he came, to our P squad. And last year, he came into himself. But I think his turning point, and I think he might agree, is the Lions game last year, making unreal catches. And I remember Aaron coming off the field one time and he said, I'm going to keep feeding 13 the ball. I mean, he's making plays for us. I'm going to, try to keep getting him the ball. So he's got that tenacity and that intensity that he brings every day, and his work ethic is incredible. And from a quarterback's perspective, he's where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there. And that's a simple thing, but that's incredibly important to us quarterbacks. And I think I can speak for Aaron and saying that we trust, Allen, and he's done a great job for us. But he's he's a workhorse for us, and we're lucky to have him.
All right, fantastic, good stuff with Tim Boyle and Allen. Can you hear? There he is. He's back.
What's up, good looking?
Thanks, Tim.
Get a quick pay his internet bill.
Well, they said they're both using the same Wi-Fi signal, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But now we can go back
Tim's
to Allen.
here sabotaging.
Yes, something's going on here. Something weird. Tim has the positive vibes only sweatshirt on, but something's going on here. Something's going on here.
Something
Brett, whenever you're ready, I do have a question that involves them both, actually.
Go ahead.
Well, this is from Love Hoops 90, and he's asking Allen, if Tim Boyle was to guard you playing one-on-one, how would he guard
here we
you?
go.
Force you to the right, let you shoot the three.
Tim would definitely force me right. He would force me to use my weak
Yeah, I mean, I know he's a lefty. I've seen him shoot before. I'd probably allow, the closer he got to the hoop, I'd probably, the intensity of defense would probably pick up. But I'll let him shoot from deep.
Oh, wow. Oh,
I like a good shooter.
Well, yeah, I know that. You've never met a shot you don't like, Brett, but this sounds like a one-on-one matchup we should have on film.
We could live stream it.
Oh, my.
In a secret
No,
location.
Al's a better athlete than I am, so I'm pretty sure he'd get to the hoop.
Okay.
There you go.
Next
than
question.
confident.
Thank you again. Love Hoops.
Now, Alan.
Know your strength. Hey, you got to know him.
Alan, Tim bragged on you a little bit, but how about you brag on Tim, your guest tonight? Let me backtrack. We'll go back to that. Normally what we do, Alan, is because Tim is your guest, you get to ask the first question. So do you have a question for your guest?
Do I have a question for Tim? Who is the funniest player on the team?
The funniest player on the team. Most people would say Robert Tonyan, but from a natural hysterical point of view, and I think you'll agree with me, is probably Jamal Williams. He's just like not even like fun. He's like sneaky funny. He's not like trying to be funny. That's the best part. He's always in a good mood, which means that whatever he does, exactly, and that's the best part. It's not forced. It's just very organic, and that's what I love about Jamal.
Robert forces it a lot.
I think Robert forces it a little bit, and sometimes it shows, unfortunately.
You could sense a disingenuous, not disingenuous, very disingenuous. Yeah.
Remember when Jamal was on the show last year?
Robbie's a funny
he
guy.
was very funny, Jamal. Yeah.
Well, Jamal went little. I was holding on for dear life with Jamal Williams on the show last year.
Yeah.
That thing was off the rails, and I was doing my best to keep it on
I loved
track.
it. Both him and Aaron Jones were giving you the business.
They should have been giving you the business.
No, and they were giving it to you. That's why I loved it.
Ridiculous. So let's go back now. Tim bragged on Allen. Allen, it's your turn to brag on Tim. What are some of the things that you've seen in Tim over the years, over the last couple seasons that, give you ultimate confidence in this guy as your quarterback?
Yeah, I would say for Tim, I think he has one of the hardest jobs, having to prepare each and every week as a starting quarterback in the NFL, but then not being able to go out there and get the actual reps of it. And what a lot of people don't know is that, we maybe only rep a play once or twice throughout the entire week before we actually go and run it live on Sunday. So if you don't get those reps, then, you're really going off of film or mental reps throughout practice. And for Tim, he doesn't get all those reps, obviously, because of Aaron. Takes a lot of those ones. But for him, I've still seen him grow steadily throughout my time that I've been here. To see him pick up the reads, understanding the offenses, and really just understanding the intricate defenses and how they're trying to scheme it and attack them and get us offense in the right place, in the right play to be successful. So for Tim, I think it's incredible to see the growth that he's had, even though his time on the field has been very limited.
Good stuff. Good job by both to kind of lay it out there, what makes each other so special, and key players here on the Green Bay Packers team that's 2-0. So, Tim, you went to Thailand this past spring.
I did.
What was that trip like? What was the motivation to go there? Why'd you end up out there?
Yeah, that was kind of family. I went with a cousin and my two sisters, and that was kind of just a spur of the moment. Let's go on a vacation, and we all decided on Thailand. So I think the big thing with that one was it was right when COVID started being, really bad. And we just got back to the United States in the nick of time. The flights were starting to get canceled. But Thailand's beautiful. I had a great time with my two sisters and my cousin. The culture is amazing. The people are incredible. Got to, go to an elephant sanctuary and be with the elephants and go to a bunch of temples. It's an incredible place. And it really is the land of smiles. You'll go there and you'll have a good time. The people love Americans. And it's, the only kind of weird part was just the whole COVID issue and trying to get back. It was a little scary, but hey, I'm healthy and I'm in Green Bay now.
Interesting. Allen, he mentioned the elephant sanctuary. Did you know this, Alan, that I think, Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, but you fed, bathed, and made medicine for elephants.
I did.
What?
Yes.
I did. It was tremendous because of COVID, there were not a lot of tourists at this one facility. So we pretty much had an elephant to ourselves. And when I tell you that these are massive creatures, but they're so gentle, and like you can tell, like there's like a relationship, and elephants, don't forget people that they've met their whole life. And you can kind of sense like there's just like a calming presence around elephants that I never really knew about, but is honestly super incredible once you're around them.
Very interesting.
I've never been that close to an elephant, so I wouldn't know, but that sounds incredible.
Yes.
It's pretty scary, man. Their trunks get a little aggressive at times, but it's a cool experience.
Yeah, I don't want to be by an aggressive elephant. It'll freak me out of here a little bit. So, Tim, how are you a better quarterback today than when you first signed with the Green Bay Packers? What areas have you grown the most?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that a majority of that is being around Aaron Rodgers. I can grow, being in a system. Obviously, this is year 2, like Alan said, and there's a comfort level that comes with that. But being around Aaron and kind of picking his brain and seeing how he does things has really helped me. I think my accuracy and my arm strength has gone up being around Aaron, just because I'm competing with him every day, and it's so competitive, and he wants to compete, and he loves getting after guys and having fun doing it. So. Being able to be around the best in the business for so long now, for 3 years, has been incredible, and hopefully I can continue to be around him.
Yeah, I was reading a Packers.com article where you take notes. I got it right here on how he kind of goes about practices, meetings, how he handles his media sessions. You're just kind of really just shadowing yourself and immersing yourself into everything he does.
My rookie year, I kind of took more of a, take a step back and kind of keep my mouth shut, be the rookie and understand, my expectations. But last year I kind of got more comfortable, and I was able to kind of be more trusted around him, I think, and kind of build that friendship. And then this year has been awesome. Like you guys saw in the media, we're wrestling, having fun, cracking jokes. I think that's a necessary camaraderie to have in the quarterback room, and not only to mesh well on the field, but Aaron and I have become really good friends off the field, which is an awesome experience. Obviously, Aaron's a great guy, but being able to share those experiences with guys like Allen and obviously 12 is amazing.
Alan, that kind of goes with what you do with Devontae, though, right? We touched on it a little bit last week, but you're going to learn from the best in the game, right? So you're going to take notes and just kind of follow how they do things.
Yeah, and I think Tim would agree that we're both blessed to be in, our respective rooms, but to have those two guys both together on the same team, obviously something very special. And you saw that week 1, just the camaraderie, the chemistry that those guys have, and that's obviously a level that, as a receiver, I want to get to with my quarterback and everything. But like you said, just two outstanding, great athletes, great professionals, and they really know how to lead our rooms.
Tim, again, in that article I was reading on Packers.com, you were quoted by saying your confidence is on the rise just by being around Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kind of curious, how comfortable have you gotten in maybe pointing some things out to him? If you're looking at video on the sideline or studying film in the quarterback room going into a game, I'm guessing that part of your game and comfort level has increased as well.
Yeah, I think where I kind of stimulate Aaron is mentally. I think, he's been doing this for 16 years, so I think he's got the physical kind of tools down. And if he makes a mistake, he automatically knows what he did, and he can go back and fix it just because he's been playing football for so long. But I think I remind him of mental tips going through the week, making sure that, just giving him reminders, or whether it be defensive back breakdowns or ideas versus certain coverages or certain things like that, kind of mental, get him ready for the game type things, especially now that we're in game weeks. But I think physically, he's Aaron Rodgers. He's an alien.
I'll ask both you guys this. Alan, we'll start with you first. What are you seeing in film study, speaking of film study, that would suggest that despite what your offense is putting out there right now, that it can get better?
Oh, for one, my blocking personally, I've messed up on a few plays here and there. We get after every single game, we get a test grade essentially, or how we grade it out. So for me, to say the least. I didn't grade in the department that I want to be, which is usually 90% or above. So just within myself, I have a lot to improve on, and it goes throughout our whole team. Like I always say, that we always strive to be perfect, and perfection's obviously a long ways away, but as close as we can get to it, we'll be happy with. So that's why I'm so certain, so positive that breaking 50 won't be too big of a feat for us this year as an offense.
Yes, there we go. Look for it. 50. How about Tim? Areas of growth you still see offensively? I mean, it's only week 2. Sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, I mean, you think about, week 1, we were on the 1 yard line and we had 4 downs and we didn't get it. That's another 7 points. I mean, we've shot ourselves in the foot, and we know that we know that we've scored 40 plus points. We know that we're a good offense, but we know that there's more out for us. And I think that's the scary part, is just the fact that, we left some plays out on the field, and we know we can get those corrected, and those fall on us as players, and we take accountability for it. But, like Allen said, it's not out of the realm of possibility that we can score 50 this year.
Nice. Very good. Ricardo.
Yeah, kind of a fun question. It's not really anything serious, but it is directed toward Allen in terms of maybe picking your brain a little bit. It's John Dickinson on Facebook. He asks, Allen Lazard, if you were an Avenger on the playing field, what Avenger would you be? I'm guessing more or less your favorite Avenger, Allen.
My favorite Avengers. So I don't want to say the wrong one, because I don't know the difference between Avenger, Marvel, DC. So is Iron Man correct?
Yes.
Be an Avenger? Yeah.
Yes.
I'd have to say Iron Man would have to be my favorite, just because of Tony Stark's rich. So
okay.
I think that'd be pretty dope.
Good. I thought you were going to say Ant-Man or something.
No. Tony Stark all the way.
Okay, cool.
I have no clue what you guys are talking about right now.
You should
None.
get out of the house.
None. I don't watch that stuff. I watch intellectually stimulating programming like the Discovery Channel, the History
MASH,
Channel.
Barney Miller.
That's why I'm just so smart. A couple more things, and we're going to go to our Clubhouse Live Challenge. Guys, again, I'll ask you both. What ways has Coach LaFleur, year 1 to year 2, right? How has he, now be careful, but how has he become a better coach?
I'll start by just saying just the comfortability level, I think. Just going out there, having an idea of just, being a head coach. Just like for anyone doing something new, there's definitely a little bit of a kind of just getting used to, getting accustomed, having a comfortability level of getting into that role and understanding what it's going to take to do it. So I think, having that first year understanding of what it's going to take to be a head coach, then obviously being able to get to the NFC North or the NFC Championship game was a huge feat for all of us. But I think we can all agree we left a little bit out there. So.
Yeah, Tim, go ahead. You look at what LaFleur has done: 15-3 in the regular season, 16-4 overall, including the playoffs, which includes that trip to the NFC title game last season. He's off to a heck of a start, but I'm sure you've seen some growth in your head coach going from a rookie to year 2.
Yeah, what I think is important about Coach LaFleur is that his message is short and sweet, and it's do your 111th, do your job, understand what's going on, be situational masters, and let's get this job done. But I think, kind of piggybacking off of what Allen said, I think year 2 for him is more comfort. There's more comfort just because he has the relationships formed. He doesn't really have to get to know guys, and he knows how to talk to guys because obviously everyone's different and everyone responds to different coaching. So I think he's done a good job of making sure he understands how to communicate to different people. And obviously we love playing for him. He's a player's coach, and he brings the energy. But what I like about him is his message is short and easy, and it's simple, but it's effective.
Allen, I want to go back before we lost you there for a second to finish your thought about speaking with the offense. I was giving you the opportunity. You're a defensive coordinator. Who are you going to try to take away? Well, what aspect of this offense are you going to stop? Because you look at it, Rodgers with touchdowns to 5 different players already. You saw what Aaron Jones did yesterday. Also, in the running game goes bananas. We've seen MVS and Devontae come up with catches. Robert Tonyan and the tight ends. It's tough. I mean, what a luxury to have for you guys to have all these weapons. So who are you going to try to stop? Or what are you going to try to take away?
Yeah, well, honestly, I think you kind of just answered the question right there. We have a lot of weapons on our offense. Like I was saying, up front, we do an outstanding job pass protection and in run blocking as well. But from the skill position, obviously Aaron Jones with a great game that he had the other day, but we can't really discredit Jamal Williams either. I think he's been a huge addition and contributor to our team this year. Just to see his growth that he's had from last year to this year alone is very impressive. Just because he was already a great, phenomenal player to begin with. But from the outside too, you got Devontae, me, Marquez, Malik, someone in the wideout room that we're really trying to groom right now, and to get him prepared to go out there and play meaningful snaps for us and be able to contribute very well, because we're very high on him. We think the utmost of his athletic ability and his potential, but we just want to make sure we can have another guy out there that we can go out there and contribute as well.
All right, good stuff, good answer. And Allen, I want to keep it to you, because as a wide receiver, how impressive was that catch that Aaron Jones made along the sideline? Was it like a 30-yarder? I mean, that's a tough catch for a wide receiver. I'm guessing not too many running backs are going to come down with that ball. You had to be super impressed by that one, especially when you watched it on film.
Yeah, so I was actually in on that play too, and I had beat my man pretty bad and was expecting the ball. So when I had looked back and saw that Aaron threw the ball the other direction, I was kind of upset. But being able to see Aaron Jones make that play, I was like, wow, and I was incredible, especially just for a running back, let alone any athlete or any skill player. But usually, running backs traditionally don't have as good as hands. But for him to make that play, that was something very special out of him.
I think you're well within your right, Allen, to go up to your quarterback and say, listen, I'm open. Give me the ball.
Yeah. That's usually what I do when Tim's back there.
I don't blame you.
Couple more things, and then it's our Clubhouse Live Challenge. Tim, back to you. Let's talk a little bit about the other quarterback in the room, the rookie, Jordan Love. What are some of the things that he has done that maybe has impressed you a little bit? Obviously, he's coming into a tough situation. He's going in a room where it's established. And then, of course, you got one of the guys who's going to be a future Hall of Famer. So difficult circumstances for sure. There's always the pressure of being a first-round draft pick. But what do you like about how Jordan's gone away about carrying himself and going about his business?
Yeah, I think the one thing that I'll say about Jordan, and first and foremost, he's a wonderful human being. We love having him in our room. He's always a joy to be around. He's kind of that shy rookie right now. I think most rookies are kind of that way, kind of apprehensive, but he, brings some positivity to our room, which is awesome. But the most important thing that I think I've seen from him is just his mental approach. He's definitely taken care of business this offseason, while we were doing Zoom meetings and understanding the offense. I think the big thing for him that he just missed out on is just, having those firsts of, being in a huddle and hearing the play call in your helmet and being in a preseason game. I think those things are going to be critical for him moving forward. But he's definitely got the ability. He's talented. He's a smart player. It's just a matter of, him having his opportunity. But I'll go back to him being a great human being. He's always has a smile on his face and cracks some jokes every once in a while, which is good.
How did you, last question, approach that dynamic, though? Because it's a tough balance, because you want to keep a positive room. You all want to be on the same page working together. But at the same time, there's competition there, too, right? There's competition for that backup spot.
I kind of have a two-part answer for this. I think the first thing that I'll answer you is that I wasn't really affected by the choice of drafting a pick for only, for a day I was affected by it. I kind of, was shell-shocked. But after that, it's a matter of going out there and taking care of business and understanding the reps that you have and making the most of those. But also the next thing is Jordan Love is going to make this football team no matter what. So I think it's a responsibility for me. He's going to be on my team. I want him to understand, the expectation and what we're doing on offense and help him kind of come along. So I think over training camp, I've kind of been in his ear just like Aaron has, and we're trying to develop him as fast as possible. But it's not, it's not this negative, toxic, work environment with, 3 quarterbacks hating each other. I mean, the 3 of us are brothers. We work really well together. We have fun at practice, which I think is important. But, when it comes down to it, I have to control what I can control. And that's kind of been my motto, is control the controllables.
All right. Excellent show so far. Ricardo, anything online?
Not yet.
All right. So let's do this. Rosie, we need some music. Guys, get ready, because it is. Here's my challenge flag. It is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. That's Mike McCarthy. I don't know if I should do that anymore.
You might want to ditch that, my
I
friend.
might ditch that, the old commercial, whatever that was for. So, all right, guys, here we go. We're going to play a game that we call How Well Do You Know? It's the old standard, the old standby. It was the only game we played for many years until we started actually adding physical challenges. Clearly, we can't do a physical challenge right now with being in the virtual mode, so we have to revert back to How Well Do You Know? So this is it. It's a rapid-fire trivia contest. I'm going to ask you guys 5 questions. They each pertain to the same category. Now, if you think you know the answer, normally you would ring the bell. Let's get that bell on here. Right there. Whoop.
Sounds
there
good.
we go.
Good
That's
job.
how you ring a bell. But we don't have a bell. So what you guys are going to do for me, for us watching, you will, if you think you know the answer, you'll raise your hand and you'll say ding, and that's your bell. Ricardo
They
and
could
I.
just raise their hand. Don't have to
No,
say
we
dang.
want to kind of embarrass them a little bit. That's
All
kind of
right.
part of the show. We want to hear their bell, their ding. So we'll kind of keep track. Ricardo, kind of keep track of who raises his
I
hand
can. I
first.
got it.
The ding must be said, otherwise you're
Oh,
disqualified.
boy. All right.
So
Got it.
now you're playing. You're each playing for somebody tonight. You have a contest now. Alan, your playing partner, your virtual playing partner is Lisa Lynn, and I know she's watching tonight. So
Oh.
Alan, if you want to say hi to Lisa,
Hi, Lisa.
there we go. And Tim, your virtual playing partner is Angela Bowens Helms. Angela.
Let's get this money.
Yes. So now the winner tonight, this is what you're playing for. Very, very
Wow.
expensive prize.
Dozens of nickels spent.
It is again, I got more of these. It is a Packers pennant. Look at that. Look at that.
Brett, did you find the money in the cushions of your couch to
I got a
pay
few
for
more of
that?
those
Okay.
in the back room. Now, nobody goes home a loser tonight.
No.
The runner-up, guys, gets this USA Today Network
Wow.
Wisconsin ice scraper. I got
No
a whole bunch of
expense
those in the back
spared.
too. It's going to be getting cold here pretty soon. That ice scraper would look good in.
Early October, I'm guessing, Brett.
Yeah, there'll be some frost here on the window. So that is it. So, again, each question is worth 1 point. There are 5 questions. At the end of those 5 questions, guys, there is a bonus question of a point total that I'll determine to make sure Alan wins the game. It is his show.
Totally fair.
It's his show. I mean, that's how we
I
do
love
it.
All right, let's do it up.
Are we ready? Ricardo, you
I'm
ready
ready.
to keep track?
I got it.
Question. Oh, the category. You need the category.
Yes.
The category tonight, courtesy of my youngest, my son. He came up with this one. How well do you know your rookie teammates? Your rookie teammates. All rookies. Okay.
Remember the ding now.
Remember the ding. Question number 1. He was the Packers' 2020 second-round selection.
Ding.
Oh, that was
Ooh.
Boyle.
Did Tim
Yeah,
was
you got
first?
in
Go
just
ahead,
a
Tim.
split second.
A.J. Dillon, Boston College.
Yes. Oh, and the school.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Ricardo scored.
1-0 Tim.
1-0.
Now,
Tim.
Brett,
Yes.
I'm under the assumption that both of these guys have the exact same internet speed. You know, that could play a factor here.
Well,
Allen's not on dial-up.
I hope not.
Okay, all right.
Question number 2. He wears the number 81.
Ding.
Ding.
Oh, Tim.
Whoa. Tim again.
Josiah DeGuara, Cincinnati.
Josiah DeGuara is correct. Ricardo scored.
Brett, 2-0 Tim.
2-0. By the way, A.J. Dillon, 5 carries for 17 yards in Sunday's win, and Josiah was inactive, but he's a punishing blocker, as we saw in that Week 1 win against the Vikings, where he took 2 guys out on Allen Lazard's 19-yard run. I don't know if you saw that, Ricardo.
No.
We should have Josiah on sometime and maybe have him in person and kind of demonstrate his blocking technique against you.
As long as it's not A.J. Dillon, me trying to tackle him.
Ooh.
I'd rather
A.J.
avoid
Dillon's
that.
he's got big legs. Very big legs. Trivia question number 3, guys. Here we go. Rookies. His father played in 14 NFL seasons as an offensive tackle.
Ding.
Tim.
Wow.
John Runyon.
John Runyon is correct. Ricardo score.
3-0 Tim. Tim has to have the faster internet connection, I'm guessing.
Alan,
Tim-
are you
Tim's
okay?
Just the trivia master.
Oh, okay. All right.
Tim will win any trivia challenge there is.
Don't
The
worry.
best trivia player in the world.
Don't worry, Alan. Remember that we got that bonus
Yes.
question. We got that bonus question coming up. John Runyon. Runyon played his college ball at Michigan,
Ooh.
the same as his father, John Runyon. He's doing pretty good stuff there as a rookie.
Good bloodlines.
Question number 4. We just talked about Jordan Love. What college did he attend?
Ding.
Oh.
Allen.
Tim just not even answered. Utah State.
Yes, Allen. Got it.
Utah State. Jordan Love. First
So
round
are you
pick.
saying that Tim is now throwing the game?
Apparently feeling guilty.
No. I didn't know if it was
Fastballs
Utah
right down the
State or
middle.
Utah. Blurry.
Jordan Love finished second in program history in passing yards, completions, and attempts, tied for second in touchdown passes, and finished third in career completion percentage. Utah State. 3-1, is it, Ricardo?
3-1.
Tim Boyle. Last question in the first round. This rookie linebacker, who signed with the Packers as an undrafted free agent, is currently second on the team in
Ding.
total tackles. Oh, Allen.
Chris Barnes.
Whoa, here we go.
Wow.
Chris Barnes is correct.
Chris Barnes.
Brett, 3-2 is your score. Tim in the lead.
Yes, Chris Barnes wears number 51, had 5 solo stops in the Packers' Week 1 victory over the Vikings, has 10 tackles so far in the season. I believe Christian Kirksey is the leader in tackles.
Now, Brett, this question, the bonus one that you have, is worth 2 points.
So it is worth 2 points to give Allen a chance to win the game and to win that prize for Lisa Lynn. Here we go, guys. 2-point question. This is it. He rowed the boat in college.
Ding.
Oh, Tim Boyle.
Kamal Martin.
Oh,
Kamal
wow.
Martin
Man.
is correct. He got it right.
You got
He
it.
pulled it out at the
He
last
did. That was
second.
nice.
Rosie, how about some championship music? Because Tim Boyle wins How Well Do You Know, and Angela is going home with this beautiful Packers pennant.
Nice.
Congratulations, Tim. Hey, Lisa Lynn, this is not a bad prize. USA Today Network Wisconsin Ice Scraper.
I'd use other adjectives for it, but yes, it's not a bad prize.
Kamal Martin, the linebacker currently on the IR, played collegiately at Minnesota. PJ Fleck, row the boat, Sky Yuma. That Badger fans hate that stuff.
I don't know what that is.
By the way, my oldest is a proud graduate of the University of Minnesota. So here we go. Okay, guys, congratulations. Good job, Tim. Allen, I expect a little bit better performance out of you next week.
I know. I'll practice.
Up your internet
This
speed.
week.
All right, it's time for some video questions, guys. We have 3 video questions. Let's start with Adrian Cortez. Rosie, go ahead.
What's up, Alan? My question for you is, who do you think is the best trash talker on the team?
Oh.
The best trash talker on the team, I would say Kevin King or Jair Alexander. I might have to give Jair the snub on this one because he's a little bit more feisty, and Kevin's a little bit more, quieter. But Jair is definitely always in someone's grill talking the most during the game, and to me during practice. I mean, we get after it a lot too, with all good intentions, of course. But he's definitely the most feisty trash talker.
All right. Good answer. Good question, Adrian. We're going to go to video question number 2. This is for Tim from Brianna Van Grol. Go ahead, Rosie.
Hi, Tim. Congratulations on win number 2. What was it like playing at Lambeau without fans? Go Pack, go!
Good question.
And wearing the Tim Boyle jersey.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, by the way. So I ride her bike every training camp. So hello to you. Thank you for the
Nice.
candy.
Cute.
Weird without fans. Obviously, Lambeau is such an advantage, playing at home just because obviously the home field advantage. But Lambeau, especially at a noon game, is through the roof. I mean, Alan can attest. It's just there's nothing better than Lambeau at noon. I think it's definitely strange, and fortunately, our coach definitely gave us the opportunity to kind of feel what it would be like during practice. So we kind of anticipated the weirdness, but when you're out there and you're juiced for a game, a division game, and no one's there, it's kind of weird. But at the end of the day, we're there to play football in between the lines, and thankfully we did that. Good question.
Good question.
Great
Good
question.
answer. And we got one more for both guys. This is from Brian Linegar.
This question's actually for both of you. With no fans being in Lambeau, what specific thing did you miss the most today? Something like running out of the tunnel to the crowd, the flyover, or just the eruption of the crowd after a big play?
I would say the biggest thing that I miss was, we just put up, 42 points? How many did we put up? 40?
Yes.
42.
Yep.
42? Was it 42?
42,
Yeah,
21,
so I mean,
yep.
just from that aspect of hearing how much Lambeau would have erupt, and how the energy in the stadium would have been feeling throughout that entire afternoon. That's something that you crave, really, as a football player, and something that we would have fed off of so much. So when we do get those fans back, it's gonna be even easier and a lot more fun to play.
How about you, Tim?
That's a good one. I think mine, going off of what Allen said, when Jonesy breaks off a 75-yard run, that's when Lambeau kind of shines. It's super loud, and you kind of have that buzz and that electric feeling in your body. Obviously, that's missed. Number one, I say, for me personally, I like the flyovers. Those are just, that shakes my body. That gives me the chills. I love that. And I think just the game day atmosphere of driving to the stadium and seeing all the tailgating and kind of having that buzz, and going up to the gate and having all those fans, yelling your name, and kind of just that whole energy around game day that, is absent right now, unfortunately, but hopefully we can get back here soon.
All right, good job, and great video questions. Ricardo, they each win something, don't they?
That's right. For having their video questions selected, Adrian, Brianna, and Brian win a signed photo of Allen Lazard. Each week we'll ask you to submit video questions for our upcoming guests that we'll ask live during Monday's show. Look for it on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live, Brett.
Yes, and by the way, hold tight on those photos. We're going to get them out here in the next couple weeks, so we got to get a batch over to Allen and have him sign them for us so we can start giving away as prizes. All right, we're wrapping up, guys, and this is the segment, the piece that everybody has been waiting, really the entire show. It is the segment, Something Cool from Allen Lazard's House. What do you got, Allen?
Are you ready?
Yes.
I got my stuffed animal, Simba, right here. Someone I've been sleeping with since I've been a kid.
Adorable.
Not really sure how he's made it this far and this long throughout this journey of life, but I've kept him throughout college, and then obviously since graduating and moving on and playing professional sports, I still sleep with a stuffed animal every once in a while. He doesn't really travel on the road with me as much anymore. He's a little bit older, a little bit more banged and nicked up, so he doesn't like traveling, and going to the TSA isn't really his favorite. So he just stays at home for the most part. He's kind of my little superstition, you could say, for sleeping well that I like to have.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to tell an NFL wide receiver that it's odd that he sleeps with a stuffed animal. I'm not going to say that.
Easy, Brett.
No, I'm just kidding. That's pretty cool. Very nice. We just learned something from Allen Lazard. He has a stuffed Simba. Ricardo, do you sleep with stuffed animals?
Not in a couple of years. It's been a couple of years. Maybe inflatable.
Okay, let's move on. Guys, we're going to sign off here pretty quick. You going to watch the Saints game here when we close up and get some little tidbits on Sunday night's game?
You're absolutely right.
Have you studied them at all yet, or is that when do you guys really start diving in? Is that Wednesdays?
It starts today.
Okay.
Yeah, it starts today. Obviously, watching this game is going to be cool to just see that, but watching film, I think, starts today and tomorrow, majority.
Now you go out again, the Superdome, Allen. Superdome, usually that's a beast of a place to play. Maybe not so much. I mean, it's still a road trip, but you're not going to have all that noise. That's to your advantage, isn't it?
Absolutely. Just with the history and the type of fans that they have down there in New Orleans. I'm obviously very excited. My dad's side of the family's from Louisiana, so to be able to go down there to play in New Orleans, something I've been looking forward to. Now, obviously, I wish the fans were there to make the scene that much more engaging and enthusiastic, but obviously still going to go out there with the same mission, same mindset to come out with the dub.
All right, good stuff. How about a virtual round of applause for Allen Lazard and Tim Boyle tonight? I can only imagine the folks. We have an applause.
Yes, it's like Seinfeld.
We have a live studio audience. Yeah, we need to add a laugh track too. All right, guys, hold tight. Ricardo, this is where you and I go up north. This is where we do talk about and pick Sunday's Packers game. It is Packers-Saints Sunday Night Football. Who's winning?
Well, Brett, typically if this was like a normal NFL season, they're going down to a full house, Sunday Night Football. You know me, I'm very honest. I think the Saints would win this one going away, but I actually think this is going to be very, very close. I'm actually picking the Saints to win only by field goal.
Ooh.
But this could go either way because with no crowd at the Superdome, that playing field's even, in my opinion.
Based on the reaction of Allen and Tim, I don't think they like you very much.
I know that.
I've been being nice to Ricardo all season long, and
he's did pick you.
Week 3.
Picked you the last 2 weeks to win. I had that's 3 is too many.
Well, it's time, guys. Tim, this is called the Victory Visor. Started putting this on last year, and you guys went 13-3. So I'm going to put that on my head right now. How does it look? What do you guys think?
You look great.
I love it.
I look fantastic. Thank you. I'm going to say Packers 37, Saints 34. I think it's going to be a shootout.
Now, he hasn't picked the Packers to lose in, what, a decade?
Like 12 years.
Okay,
yeah.
12 years.
But I have a pretty good record, though. I have a pretty good record. Hey, this is the first of back-to-back primetime games against the NFC South. Saints play tonight against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes.
That's weird to say. But they're coming off a 34-23 victory week 1 over Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. As we said, the noise of the Superdome won't be a factor, so I think the Packers offense continues to produce. And what will the Saints do defensively? We kind of talked about that on the show. What are you going to take away, which is going to leave more weapons open? So it's going to be fascinating to see what Matt LaFleur comes up with as far as an offensive game plan. Can the Packers' offensive line keep Aaron Rodgers clean and on his feet? Feels like a shootout. I'm saying Packers win, and I'm also saying Allen Lazard is back in the end zone. What do you think, Allen? What do you think, Lizard?
Absolutely. I'm still a little bit butthurt about the attempt that I had yesterday. I wasn't able to come down with, so I got to make sure I get back in there next week.
There's the laugh track. There we go. Allen, when you score a touchdown, make sure that you kind of mouth Clubhouse Live into the camera or something,
yes.
and then say Monday at 6:30 p.m. on clubhouselive.com. If you can do that in the camera, we'd be forever indebted.
I'll do my best to read those lines before the game.
Okay.
Yes, actually, when they're doing Allen Lazard, Iowa State, you can
Clubhouse
say
Live.
Allen Lazard, clubhouselive.com, Monday at 6:30 p.m. Watch.
We weren't able to do that this year because of COVID. So unfortunately, no.
Oh, really? I wonder if they'll have something else in store. We'll have to see. And Tim, feel free to plug Clubhouse Live anytime you want as well. We appreciate that.
I'll do my very best.
Wow, we thank him in advance for his help.
Yes. Ricardo, Packers News app.
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. That Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. This app is available for iPhone and Android users only, as well as Motorola. They got the new phone out now, Brett. Are you going to get one?
Yeah, you love that. You want that sponsorship, don't you?
I do.
Hey, special thank you to our friends. First, Mayfield Sports Marketing, a leading Wisconsin sports marketing agency and speaker bureau. Also, Mike Thiel of Eric Lives Here for once again allowing us to use his song MVP as our intro and outro theme. So we appreciate Mike Thiel. We've known him for many years. And before I kick it back to you, Allen, for tonight's final word, I just want to say a very special happy birthday to my oldest. It's his birthday today. Turns the big 25.
Wow.
Yes.
I remember him when he was a kid.
Yes. Allen, my oldest is older than you.
That tells you that Brett's nearing 60, my friend.
No. I could be your dad.
That's scary, yeah. You could
No,
be.
Brett, he's athletic.
I'm sure he is. Yes. Okay, enough. Allen, it's back to you. So happy birthday, Ryan. Hope you're enjoying your day. And Allen, you've got tonight's final word.
Thank you, everyone, for joining me, and a special thank you to Sir Tim Boyle for joining me and being my first official guest on the Clubhouse Live of 2020 season. For everyone else, please forgive me for wearing the Raptors jersey. Go Pack, go.
There we go. Go Pack, go. Tim, thank you again for being on the show. We appreciate your time, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate this. This is fun.
So for Tim, for the Lizard, and our live studio audience, Ricardo and the rest of the Clubhouse Live crew, I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday night as we celebrate another Packers victory over the New Orleans Saints. We'll talk all about it with that guy. He's right in the middle of your screen. It is Green Bay Packers wide receiver number 13, Allen, the Lizard, Lazard, and how about Mean Gene, Take it away
Here you go,
again, Mean Gene.
Mean Gene.
Go, Pack, go! Go, Pack, go! Green and gold! Go, Pack, go!
Way to go, Mean Gene.